If you need to eat more and if your body is asking for more, well, that's the way it is. The people around you are on a different journey and they haven't restricted in the way that you have. It might just take some time for your stomach to stretch out a little bit. It's going to go a long way in helping you re-establish your hunger cues, figure out how much to eat, and redefine your relationship with food. Hi warriors, and welcome back to another question and answer. In today's video, I'll be talking about food rules, daily intake, and how to determine what you need, and simply what to expect as you're starting to eat more and starting to gain weight in recovery. So I hope you enjoy the content. Like, subscribe if you're new here. Definitely check out some of my older videos as well. And yeah, grab yourself a snack and a drink and enjoy. As always, timestamps will be in the description. As my drink of choice today, I've got myself a banana peanut butter cocoa smoothie. What's special about this smoothie is this ingredient. To my smoothie today, I added some Premium Jane CBD oil, with today being National Hemp Day, well, at least at the time of filming. Anyway, I've talked about CBD before and I'm very likely to talk about it again, because at the minute, it's an integral part of my day. Having dealt with a bit of anxiety a few weeks or maybe a month or so back, I decided to incorporate CBD oil pretty much every single day, or at least on the regular. There's a lot of anecdotal evidence out there that CBD may help with a range of things, including depression and anxiety, so I thought, why not give it a go? And indeed, I have been feeling a bit more relaxed, whether it be because of the CBD, or because I have been actively trying to take some more time for myself to breathe and to do the things that I enjoy doing. So yeah, I've been trying to keep the house clutter-free, to keep my head clutter-free, to take care of my body, my mind, and to have some CBD. Evidence is already accumulating about its effects, its positive effects on cancer treatment and in epilepsy, so I'm just waiting for it to catch up on anxiety and other issues that people might be struggling with. Anyway, most of the common anxiety medication has a massive grocery list of side effects and I'm not too keen on that, so I figured, why not try CBD? As an otherwise healthy adult without any other medication or anything medically wrong with me, I thought it was a safe bet, and so far so good. So if you'd like to get your own CBD from this lovely company that I've had the pleasure of working with before as well, definitely find my discount code below. I do highly recommend them, and in something like a smoothie, you don't even taste it at all. Anyway, the taste is fairly neutral anyway, but this is how I've opted to include it in my day today. My snack of choice is still to be tucked into, because I am ready for those questions and I hope you are too. Let me know in the comments, what are you snacking on? What are you drinking? How are you getting on? And if you have any more questions after this video, definitely pop them below as well. The first question I'm going to be covering today is, how did I discover how much I need to eat on a daily basis? And I thought this was a great question and something I definitely asked myself as well during my recovery, because I didn't have a clue. I've been restricting for so long that I didn't know what normal was. Anyway, normal depends on the individual, so you might need more or less than your friend or your mum or your sister, and that is fine. But it's a challenge. During my recovery, my normal was fairly high. It was more than what my friends and family needed because I'd restricted for so long, and it's important to accept that. If you need to eat more and if your body is asking for more than people around you are eating, well, that's the way it is. The people around you are on a different journey and they haven't restricted in the way that you have. So give in to those cravings. If you're hungry, eat. However, even if your hunger cues are so messed up that you don't really feel hunger initially or you're constantly full, keep eating. Don't think that that means that you don't need as much food, because you still need that much food. It might just take some time for your stomach to stretch out a little bit and for your hunger cues to normalize again. Anyway, how did I figure out exactly how much I need to eat on a daily basis? I started off with a meal plan, and I relied on that because I knew that my thoughts, my hunger cues, my body, my mind, it wasn't very truthful. It wasn't helping me get to the place that I needed to be. So I followed this meal plan for a while until my hunger cues normalized, until I was able to follow these hunger cues and know that these hunger cues led me to eating the amount that I actually need. How did I know that these were the quantities I needed? Well, it's the quantities at which I maintain my weight. Whilst I'm not necessarily a big proponent for weighing yourself all that often, it did initially help me and ease a bit of that anxiety because I knew that I was on the right track. However, it also really messed with my head. So if you can have someone else check your weight and see that you're on the right track, do that. And as I said before, if you're ever hungry, that's a good indication to eat. Next, once I started real recovery, how long did it take me to reach a healthy weight? I'm not sure I can actually answer this question properly because real recovery is a tricky term to define. I started gaining weight back in 2009. I probably gained about 10 kilos, but I don't think I was in real recovery. I didn't consciously opt for recovery, and I only put on some weight in order to gain certain perks, like staying out of hospital. And I didn't make any mental efforts or feel comfortable gaining this weight. So I'm not sure I can really define this as real recovery. It is only in 2015 that I consciously opted to get healthy again. And at that point I didn't actually have to gain that much weight anymore. So it only took me a few months, maybe half a year to a year, to reach my healthy weight and my healthy mindset. Anyway, I think this is something that will differ depending on the individual anyway, because everyone has different starting weights, different target weights, and people have been in the eating disorder for different amounts of time, and I think that that too plays a bit of a role. The next question is about nighttime eating, and I think this too links in with finding how much you need to eat and finding your journey to recovery, because nighttime eating is often triggered by not knowing how much to eat during the day and accidentally or purposely under eating during the day, leading to a binge or at least overeating later on. Anyway, the question is as follows. I eat mostly at night and it takes me 2 hours to eat. How can I break out of this cycle? First off, I'm wondering, this 2 hours, is it because it is that much food? Or because you are struggling and it is a disordered behavior that you're listening to, eating this slowly? If it is the latter, then try to force yourself to eat more quickly. Set a timer and eat within this time, because it is a behavior that you're going to have to break in order to break free from the eating disorder. However, if you're eating for that amount of time because you've just got a lot on your plate, and I'm guessing it's a bit of both of these things, then I suggest eating more earlier on in the day. Even if the night before you felt like you overate, eat more in the morning. Force yourself to eat more in the morning. Because if you do this, you'll be more satiated, and it is very unlikely that you'll binge, or that you'll binge to the same extent later on. You'll be able to normalize your meals and your meal sizes and normalize your hunger, and this is going to go a long way in helping you reestablish your hunger cues, figure out how much to eat, and redefine your relationship with food. The final question on this topic that I want to discuss today is the following. What is your experience of food rules? For example, only being able to eat foods in the same day that are different colours, or that are of the same theme or country of origin. Food rules are there to be challenged. I know I definitely had a few food rules and I talked about them in the live Q&A just a few weeks back, but food rules are nonsensical. They aren't going to help you gain weight, nor are they going to help you lose weight, nor are they going to help you mentally. There's really no good reason whatsoever to give in to food rules. So, challenge them. Challenge the eating disorder, and whilst this may cause some anxiety initially, over time that anxiety will go from up here gradually down. And that's when you know the eating disorder's grip on you is growing weaker and weaker. So face your fear foods, face your food rules, and keep going. Keep eating. If in doubt, shout back at the eating disorder. Eat more. Do what scares you, because that is how you're going to make the biggest leaps in your recovery. Cheers to that. Anyway, that is it for today. If you have any of your own tips, definitely leave them below. If you have any more questions, also leave them below. If you're not yet subscribed, do it now. Honestly, and face that fear of that big bad thumbs up button too. Give that a little press for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I answered your questions sufficiently, and I will see you all next week for another video. Take care. P.S. Link in the description.